Can money really buy happiness? Is Jessa Duggar happy after marrying such a rich man? What do you think? How many of you knew about the new marriage? Let me know by commenting. So let's start the video and we move to our main part. Before that, I want to tell you one more thing. Jessa Duggar's secret wedding to Stephen Wisman, details, celebrations, and a new life in Nebraska. Jessa Duggar, a member of the well-known Duggar family, tied the knot with Stephen Wisman last month in what has been described as one of the best-kept secrets in the Duggar world. Despite the family's usual public presence, the couple managed to keep their wedding under wraps until just hours before they exchanged vows. Now that a few weeks have passed, more details about their big day and the celebrations surrounding it have begun to emerge. #### A private ceremony now revealed. Although Jessa has long been one of the more private Duggar siblings, her wedding to Stephen Wisman is now making headlines. The couple's union remained largely hidden from the public eye until the last minute, but now, photos and stories from the day are surfacing. One of the most intriguing details comes from Jinger Duggar and her husband, Jeremy Vuolo. The couple recently discussed Jessa's wedding on their podcast, offering listeners a glimpse into the event. Jinger, who served as a bridesmaid, couldn't help but gush over how stunning Jessa looked, comparing her to a Disney princess on her special day. #### A bachelorette weekend in California. In a surprising revelation, Jinger also shared that Jessa enjoyed a bachelorette weekend before her wedding, a rare occurrence in the Duggar family, known for their conservative values. Jinger hosted the celebration in Los Angeles, and the festivities extended to Santa Barbara as well. Although the exact guest list remains undisclosed, it's believed that some of Jessa's sisters, including Johanna, Jordan Grace, and Jessa, may have joined her in California. Michelle Duggar, their mother, was also part of the celebration. While details about the weekend are sparse, this glimpse into Jessa's pre-wedding festivities highlights a more modern approach to the typically traditional Duggar celebrations. ###. Moving to Nebraska, a new chapter. Following their wedding, Jessa and Stephen Wisman have begun their new life together in Nebraska, where Stephen is already well established. The couple is currently working on renovating their new home, marking the beginning of this exciting chapter. Jessa's move to Nebraska makes her the third Duggar sibling to leave Arkansas for married life. Jinger and Jeremy Vuolo were the first, relocating to Texas after their wedding, followed by Justin Duggar, who also moved to Texas after marrying Claire Spivey. Jinger spoke about her sister's transition, noting that Jessa has a strong support system in Nebraska. Stephen comes from a large family as well, with many of his siblings residing in the state. Interestingly, his sister, Hannah Wisman, moved to Arkansas when she married Jessa's brother, Jeremiah Duggar, creating a unique family connection between the two states. ###. The future for Jessa and Stephen. As with many Duggar couples, the question of children looms large. While there's no official word yet on whether Jessa and Stephen are planning to start a family soon, it's almost expected, given the Duggar family's history of welcoming honeymoon babies. Stephen's sister, Hannah, and Jeremiah Duggar, for instance, welcomed their first child just months after getting married. For now, Jessa and Stephen seem focused on building their life together in Nebraska, far from the spotlight that has followed the Duggar family for years. As they settle into their new home and community, fans of the family will undoubtedly be watching for updates on their journey. Jeremy Vuolo criticizes legalism, hinting at Jim Bob Duggar's beliefs during podcast appearance. Jeremy Vuolo, husband of Jinger Vuolo, née Duggar, recently made waves with remarks that seem to challenge the religious beliefs of his father-in-law, Jim Bob Duggar. During a guest appearance on the For the Gospel podcast with Costi Hinn on September 5, the former Counting On star discussed the concept of legalism in religion, making statements that many believe were directed at Jim Bob's strict religious views. ###. Criticizing legalism. Legalism, the belief that salvation can be earned by following strict rules and laws rather than through faith alone, was the central theme of Jeremy's discussion. He expressed strong criticism of this approach, saying, "If you really want to assault the character and nature of God, give your people a list of rules and say, 'Climb this to heaven.' Or, 'Climb this, and he'll still be happy with you.'" He continued, "One of the fallouts of legalism is it distorts the very character of God, and it's devilish. It's a devilish religion. At the heart of every law God has given us is love. Although Jeremy, 37, did not mention Jim Bob Duggar by name, the remarks seem to be a pointed critique of the religious upbringing Duggar and her siblings experienced under the teachings of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP. The IBLP, a controversial non-denominational religious organization, is known for its strict rules and emphasis on legalism, particularly concerning modesty, gender roles, and supervised courtships. #Duggar Duggar's break from the IBLP. Duggar, 30, distanced herself from the IBLP in September 2017 and has been vocal about her decision ever since. In her 2023 memoir, Becoming Free Indeed, she candidly discussed her departure from the organization's teachings, describing her journey as one of disentangling her faith rather than abandoning it. She wrote, "My faith is still intact, but it has changed. Instead of leaving the faith entirely, I've been disentangling it." Despite leaving the IBLP, Duggar continues to share her experiences of growing up under the organization's beliefs. During a May appearance on the Grace and Truth podcast, she revealed that her parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, did not always fully embrace the teachings of IBLP founder Bill Gothard. She recalled an instance where Gothard instructed a girl to follow his steps before finding freedom in Christ, a directive that Duggar's parents rejected. "There were things that were taught throughout the teachings, which my parents would have denied or pushed out and said, 'Kids, that's not right,'" Duggar explained. Other Duggar siblings distance themselves from IBLP. Duggar is not the only Duggar sibling to part ways with the IBLP. Jessa Duggar, and her husband Ben Seawald, Joanna Forsyth, Duggar, and her husband Austin Forsyth, and Jill Dillard, Duggar, and her husband Derek Dillard have also publicly confirmed that they no longer associate with the organization. However, despite some siblings' decisions to leave, many Duggar family members remain connected to the IBLP. In June, Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets producer Bly Faust told In Touch that a lot of family members are still involved with the organization or adhere to its belief system. Faust emphasized that breaking free from such a deeply ingrained ideology takes time and courage, noting that whether it's Jill, Duggar, or people who are not part of the Duggar family, it takes a very long time to often break free and to really understand what it is that you were a part of and how that affected you in your life. And it's very brave.